This is your psychic girlfriend, Robin Richardson. And if you're like me, you're interested in how the universe works and in all things mystical. So let's explore it together. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a week. It's been quite a week. But, oh Lord. The Laura Owens case just keeps on rolling, and I love it. I'm here for it. So I'm Robin Richardson, your psychic girlfriend, and we are going to talk about Laura Owens' recent attorney, the most recent attorney, who knows how many they'll be following, Joshua Kolsrud, who was quoted in an article by Martha Ross in the Mercury News. And she was talking about Ron Owens asking for money in his GoFundMe, and inevitably Laura Owens' name came up, his daughter. She is quite the person, isn't she? All right, well, this is what he said. My client would no longer comment publicly about her case, given that she faces significant felony charges, which carry mandatory prison time if convicted. I respect the Justice for Clayton community and its work on this case. However, I warn against mob justice and believe it's equally critical to allow the justice system to function. I hope the community's energy and passion for justice can be channeled in a way that supports a fair and peaceful outcome for Laura Owens. Dude. Ugh. That's what the whole justice for Clayton and her other victims is about. But I digress. Some people. Anyway, and this is not just a statement, it's a carefully crafted message, which we know, right? So I pulled 7 cards from my Lenormand deck. It's beautiful. I love this one. Actually, it's a lot easier to shuffle than my other one, so I've been using this lately. I like it. So we're going to decode the energy behind this message. Not that we need decoding, but why not, right? Get some insights on a different level, right? So we've got Moon, Stork, and I'll show you the cards in a minute. Path, Woman, Star, Anchor, and Whip. And here's what my intuitive insights say. So let's talk about the Moon. The Moon is about reputation. Isn't this interesting? Emotions and illusions. Kolsrud's statement is about managing appearances, protecting both Laura's and his own. Fancy that. It's polished and balanced on the surface, but carries a layer of emotional fog and performance. It's optics, not raw truth. It's full moon today, by the way. Enjoy. The Stork. Oh, we love the Stork. And I love the Stork when it comes to Laura and her pregnancy cases. Anyway, this is about change, forced pivots. Now, we noted that she deleted her Medium articles, and I don't know how I feel about it, but I think this attorney is basically like got through to her on a certain level, although I do see her struggling with being gagged. All right, that wasn't meant to be sexual, but you can go there if you want to go there. Okay. This is the defense sensing the tide turning and is attempting damage control, which by eliminating her ability to speak out in public, makes sense, right? It's a force shift. Laura don't like it. She want to be speaking her truth, right? But it's trying to soften her image while buying some time. All right. So we've got the Stork. The next one is the Path. This is a moral crossroads. Joshua, our buddy Joshua, is trying to walk on two energetic paths simultaneously, calling for justice while defending someone facing serious charges. This split risks losing credibility on both fronts. And I think he knows it. He's got his hands full. But, you know, the energy around Joshua, and I've talked about this in another episode, is just like he's, dare I say, a smarter version, a more intelligent version, emotionally and otherwise, of baby Genki. So, you know, good for Laura for getting this particular attorney. And here we have Laura. Well, not exactly, but it's woman card. And she's exposed. So she is letting her attorney manage the narrative to maintain control from behind the scenes. And this is calculated. And it's not genuine redemption. We are not going to see genuine redemption from Laura, I don't think. Even though it's her opportunity to do so. But I think behind closed doors, this legal team is like, oh, we got, you know, they're going to be doing a lot of strategic moves. They're going to be looking for loopholes. They're going to be looking for anything they can to make sure that Laura does not get all that's coming to her, which is obvious because it's the defense, obviously. Okay, so anyway, you have to understand I'm a human that's invested in this case as well as getting the psychic downloads. So sometimes the ego part of me is just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Spiritual part of me is just very neutral. Okay, so I get to play both sides too. All right, Star. Hopes and public ideals. The statement also serves as a plea for hope and fairness, trying to inspire belief in a just outcome. But this can border on wishful thinking if not backed up by accountability, which accountability will happen. All right, we've got the anchor, and this is weight and resistance. Despite the narrative, the spin, the gravity of the charges, and the public's demand for accountability remained heavy. We are anchored into having accountability, and this situation is not easily shifted or escaped. He knows this. But languaging is very important, so he's going to take advantage of that, right? The whip. Nasty card. Conflict and ongoing turmoil. I see this behind doors too. And this is the fight is far from over, and it will be intense, charged, and prolonged under fierce scrutiny. Joshua isn't really aware of how this is going to be for him. He really isn't. So he doesn't recognize, he'll say, yeah, I appreciate the Justice for Clayton community doing all this work. And instead of the other tactic where, well, this was before my time, which is so ridiculous anyway. So he is aware, but not quite. So we'll see how this goes, right? I asked the question, will this statement that he made help or hurt Laura? In the short term, it sounds reasonable and may slow down some public backlash. Maybe not from people who have been totally following this case, because it's framing Laura as deserving a fair trial, which everyone deserves a fair trial. So most of us will be like, of course she deserves a fair trial, because we want to see accountability. But long term, it's low vibration energy, manipulative rather than healing, and the community senses this and will not be pacified by words. So Laura's attempt to control the narrative without true accountability will backfire karmically. We know this. Public opinion will polarize and conflict will escalate. And honestly, His statement is emotional diplomacy. It's a thin veil over harsh realities. The public is energetically awake, and they feel intention more than they hear the words. His warning against mob justice is both a genuine call for fairness and a subtle attempt to temper criticism and control the narrative. This message may delay outrage, but cannot dissolve the deeper karmic lessons. Laura's path is heavy, and delays only deepen the teaching. This battle is far from over. So if you want more readings that cut through the noise and get to the heart of the energy, hit subscribe and drop your thoughts below. Stay grounded, trust your intuition, and I will see you in the next one.